What's going on, guys? It's your boy here, TheChrisPhoenix here. Getting my Raw review. And as you guys, Raw was tonight, and overall the show was not too bad. You know, it was a good show. To me, it's better than what it was last week. You guys know I wasn't a huge fan of last week's Raw. I was kind of like, yeah. But anyway, though, you know, I thought the Raw itself was, you know, again, not too bad. You know, and it kind of gave itself, it kind of told a story. It kind of told us of possible future matchups and rivalries in the future. So, you know, in some way, it was pretty good. But first off, let's kick it off with tonight. Also, the Raw was in Chicago, Illinois. You guys know the hometown of CM Punk, the WWE champion. And John Laurinaitis came out with the best in the world t-shirt, you know, CM Punk shirt, and started, you know, he came out there screaming, "It's clobbering time." I thought that was kind of funny. You know, he got obviously a huge amount of heat for that. And you know, then of course CM Punk comes out, and you know, John Laurinaitis basically says, "We'll see CM Punk tonight. You're going to be in a gauntlet match. He's going to run the gauntlet against Jack Swagger, Dolph Ziggler, and Mark Henry." So, you know, and then of course we had the 2012 promo, and it was a different one, of course. And as you guys know, the person, whoever it is our you know, coming out next week, which is the new year of Monday Night Raw, the first Raw of the new year. And quite honestly, what can I say about it? That I still say to this day, it feels more and more like Jericho. I mean, do you understand? You know, I still think it is Jericho, and I kind of will be a little bit surprised if it's not Jericho. But again, we'll see who it is. But then we had our first match of the night. It was between Cody Rhodes and Booker T, and the match actually got a good amount of time. It was a good match. Both these guys just put a good match. You know, it looked like I thought Cody was gonna put Booker T away when he took off one of his knee pads off, and he, you know, did that little kick that he does. But then Booker T got out of it, hits the scissors kick, and actually wins. And actually, this is a good thing, believe it or not, because it means the feud continues. And so far, it's been a pretty good, you know, to me, a decent mid-card feud. So, you know, not too bad there, if you ask my opinion. I mean, it's just, seriously. But, and by the way, guys, also, I was gonna say this later on, but it might kind of get out of the way. Bro Del Rio, you know, came out there. He came out with, of course, Ricardo Rodriguez, and the Bella Twins even came out there. Don't know why the Bella Twins came out there. I guess those two big booty bitches, I guess they're like freaking Bro Del Rio sex slave now. Woo! Okay. But you know, Bro Del Rio said he is gonna be out for a while. He's out with an injury, you know, through his groin, whatever. He heard it last week on Monday Night Raw, or was it last week or 2 weeks? You know, I think it was last week. So then we have this mixed tag team match going on here. We got Zack Ryder and Eve, that's United States Champion Eve, versus Tyson Kidd and Natalya. You probably guess who won. The match was, you know, not that long. It was pretty short. Zack Ryder and Eve pick up the victory after Zack Ryder hits the Rough Rider on Tyson Kidd. And, you know, to me, I think what made it just a little bit more interesting if Tyson Kidd and Natalya won, you know, just because, to me, Natalya and Tyson Kidd are the more talented, in my opinion, than Zack Ryder and Eve. I know I might get a little heat for that, but, you know, don't get me wrong. Eve's a very attractive, beautiful woman. Zack Ryder, he's, you know, over with the fans and stuff, so I understand, you know. And then we had John Cena coming out there. John Cena came out there, and he was getting ready to call out Kane, but who comes out? It's not Kane. It's The Miz. The Miz. Yes, The Miz came out, interrupted John Cena, and, you know, they had their match right there, but, you know, The Miz was like, "Oh yeah, whatever," and then he comes out with the mic, and out comes a superstar, a returning superstar, a guy who was suspended for a month, R-Truth, Little Jimmy. Yes, right, R-Truth came back, and not really surprising to me, attacks The Miz, because remember, it was The Miz that took out R-Truth, so, you know, basically what R-Truth's telling The Miz, you're gonna get got. So, you know, we have now something for The Miz to do, R-Truth and the Miz feud. Again, not surprised this feud, remember, Miz is the one that took him out, so he's gonna go out and make sense, you know. And I think it should be a good feud, you know. And as to me, even though R-Truth's not gonna be a face, I just hope he doesn't go to the what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up crap again, because I was just So then so yeah, the Cena wins by countout, and then we had a Big Show versus David Otunga, and the stipulation was Big Show had to have one arm behind his back, and you know, Big Show wins by disqualification. Mark Henry comes, and that's how disqualification happens, and Daniel Bryan came out there too, just So it seems like at first I thought it was just gonna be Big Show versus Daniel Bryan at the Rumble. But now it has the possibility of being a triple threat match for the world title. Possibly Mark Henry, Big Show, and of course the World Heavyweight Champion himself, Daniel Bryan. So, which I guess that match won't be too bad, But the thing is, it's going to be interesting. You're having two big guys in Mark Henry and the Big Show versus a small, speedy guy like Daniel Bryan. So, and then of course you had your gauntlet match. You had CM Punk. You had CM Punk coming out there, and then of course Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger was the first gauntlet. Punk ends up winning, and then out comes Dolph Ziggler. And I thought, okay, let me guess, he's gonna beat Dolph Ziggler, and then we're gonna have Mark Henry, right? Wrong, because then comes out John Laurinaitis. That's right, John Laurinaitis in Italian relations. That's right, John Laurinaitis himself just has to come out of the ring. He comes out to the ring, whatever, and he comes out of the ring. Basically, he's talking CM Punk. CM Punk's like, what are you doing? So I would do whatever. He's like, come on. And then, who pins him? Dolph Ziggler comes out and pins, CM Punk. And I was in a Skype call with my good buddy Ankle Breaker AJ2. You might remember him as the black guy, the kid, and he's in GOG. And he was screaming like, yes! He's a big Dolph Ziggler fan, if you guys haven't known by now. But, he was just like freaking me out. It was pretty funny. But, I was actually surprised Ziggler won. And I thought to myself, is there a possibility of Ziggler getting a title shot in the near future? Now, there's supposedly something in for him next week, Ziggler. But, I wouldn't be all that surprised now if Ziggler got a title shot for the WWE Championship at the Rumble. Because remember, Ziggler got a world title shot last year against Edge. So wouldn't it be? This would be 2 straight years of him getting a world championship shot at the Royal Rumble. So it's been there, but it's still, I guess you could say, it's still a kind of new face in the main event. And don't rush Ziggler. Don't rush him, type of deal. But to me, he's more ready than a guy like Sheamus. Someone that in the history past, he's had a chance, but he just kind of like rushed it with him. So, but we'll see what happens, and I think this gives a little bit, maybe more and more. I guess you could say the chances of Ziggler winning the Royal Rumble kind of a little like just now. Oh, by the way, on SmackDown, we're getting a Wade Barrett and Randy Orton match. Yeah, I know, the feud continues. That's Pulse Count Anywhere. God damn, next thing's gonna be a steel cage match, and then it's just gonna just keep going and going and going. That's what happens when you're in a feud with Randy Orton. Your feud just keeps going and going and going and going. When you're in the feud with Randy Orton, you are the freaking Energizer, and your feud is like the Energizer Bunny. It just keeps going and going and going. Okay, seriously. But we did have one last segment. It was a promo. Kane came out, and so did Cena. But Cena was on the ramp on the stage, and Kane was basically telling Cena of why he attacked him and everything. And to me, I thought the promo itself was good. It was a good promo. And I kind of silenced all the, I guess you could say, the haters that were saying, oh no, that's not Kane because he's skinnier and stuff. Yeah, how many people do you know that sound like Glenn Jacobs on the mic? Like, seriously, it's kind of hard to do. But it was a good promo, and it didn't make really Cena look strong. Most of the time I notice when we see Cena in a promo, it makes him look strong. Makes him look like, oh, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get my hustle. I'm never going to give up. Something along that lines. But Cena was just kind of like, it's like reality hit him. Like, of course he was getting the Cena sucks. Let's go Cena sucks. Of course, we always hit it like every week. But, Cena just kind of like looked down and was just like, okay, what do I do now type of deal. So I thought that was kind of cool how they ended it. Again, a decent Raw, not too bad. And anyway, like I said, I hope you guys had a good holiday yesterday. And we're going to get a new Raw, the freaking first Raw of the new year next week, obviously. And that's it for me, you guys. And hope you have a good one. Wait, where's the freaking thing? Alright.